Happy Magic Monday, Collective Consciousness. This is Virgo Queen, your transformation coach, using the tools of astrology, tarot, sound healing, and ritual, connecting you back to your magic and cosmic self. And this, a weekly cosmic forecast, is for all of those who are tuning in to the moon cycle, to the moon consciousness, into our cosmic energy. What this means is our moon represents our inner nature, our subconscious, and our creativity. So when we tune into the cycles of the moon, we can have a clear vehicle in which we are using. The subconscious is a vehicle in which we live. This is where our old patterns and beliefs and everything stimulates us. And so when we recognize the energy in which we are in, we can shift and change our perspective and honor a cycle within us, so we can really use this energy to transform. So what we will be doing together in this very moment for this podcast is I will look over the astrological moon cycles of the week from May 21st to May 27th. And then I pull a goddess card to look at which goddess will allow us to invoke this energy. Who will be guiding us through this week? Who can we call upon when we are in times of need? And then I turn to the Mother Peace Tarot, where we get a bigger picture of how the energy will impact us, the conflict and the outcome. So kind of a foretelling or a foreseeing. And then lastly, I give a little message from Gaia herself, something to think about or to act upon during this coming week. So, we shall begin. And for this Magic Monday, we have a waxing half moon in Virgo. And so the moon is shifting from that Leo energy over the weekend and now moving into a Virgo moon. So Earth moon, something that wants to get back to the foundation, get back to the essence. Virgo is they always say the virgin, but what she really represents is the purity of consciousness and heightened consciousness, because she is absolutely connected to nature. She loves nature. She rolls around in dirt. She is connected, let's say. But what she also does is she's very critical of what she is doing with her body, with her consciousness, and she wants it to be in alignment with the higher self. So these next 2 days are going to be a really great time to get back to the foundation, back to your authenticity. A lot of times the body will want to have less food, want to have things that are more cleansing. So this could be a good week to just cleanse the first 2 days, cleanse the body, cleanse the emotions, clear the energy. By Wednesday, until Friday, we're going to have a moon in Libra. So this is an air energy and also really connected to the heart of the matter. Libra is ruled by Venus, and Venus is the planet of love, but also our gifts of the world, what we love to share, our heart's desires, and in relationship. So relationship to the self, but also relationship to the ones around us, the ones that help us grow. So this will be really time about building relationships in order for your heart's desires to come to life. And that's what waxing moons are also about. We just had the powerful new moon in Uranus transit last week. Oh my goodness, have we transformed? We have so many people have just been contacting me about what is going on. I'm like, well, that's Uranus, my dear friend. And no, I was not immune to it. I also had my money house issues with it. And how I look at all of these transits is, what is it teaching us? What is our medicine in order to grow? The more we just look at everything with curiosity and with wonder, the more we can open up to new perspectives. And again, that is what magic is. It's clearly changing your perspective. And this is really working with the subconscious and conscious mind. And by the weekend, the moon turns into Scorpio. So we want to dive deep. We want to be really passionate and committed, and we'll probably really want to maybe go into retreat or go into our creativity or really be immersed in the world. So the moon also represents the public. It represents, what gifts we want to offer the world. This is where we can discover what our services are. So if you have a Scorpio moon, which I do, I'm very Scorpion, even though I'm a Virgo Queen. I am wanting to distill all my Scorpio energy into something that is of service for the greater good. So Scorpio is really creative, really deep, really passionate, really psychic, really attuned to the cosmic energy. And a lot of artists, a lot of creatives use this energy in order to channel their inspiration. And so this is a really great time to get quiet and to receive the creative, inspirational sparks that will be flying through the air on the weekend. So now I would like to call in the goddess that will help us and guide us during this next week. And the goddess that I chose was, or shall I say the collective conscious chose, is Butterfly Maiden. And she is the image of transformation. You are experiencing enormous change right now, which brings great blessings. As you go through this period of change, it's natural for you to wonder if your future is safe. I'm here to assure you that you're part of nature's cycles of birth, death, and rebirth. To bring in your desired newness, you must first allow old parts of your life to fall away. These changes are to be celebrated, not feared. Give thanks for the shedding of the old. Embrace all the lessons it brought, and then let it go. Be giddy with excitement of the newness of the gifts that are now being bestowed upon you, and let their magic surprise and delight you. So, various meanings of the card. Don't be concerned about endings, as they're bringing in the new for you. Your prayers have been answered with this change. Let go of the old. Don't worry about these changes. They're truly for the best. So a little bit more about Butterfly Maiden. She is a Hopi Native American Kashni, which is spirit, who ensures that crops yield healthy and bountiful harvest. She's a springtime goddess who helps us escape from any cocoon situations that's trapping us or impeding our growth or joy. If you're feeling stuck, she's a wonderful goddess to call upon during the emerging process. She'll also guide you through life transitions and help you spread your wings. Oh, yummy. Thank you, beautiful Butterfly Maiden. Often I get these pains in my back, and they're right in that spot where I feel like wings. Like I used to have wings, and now I'm feeling like as if they want to poke through and I want to fly. It's obviously a very interesting experience, but I feel it's just a symbol of my body or my spirit giving me a message that it's time to fly, time to grow, time to shed and let go. So the Mother Peace Tarot cards have spoken, and I shall reveal to you the forecast for the week. So the overall energy of the week is a reverse 9 of Wands. Now, again, like I said last week during this Uranus transit, this new moon, we may be absolutely exhausted. When we go through really big astrological effects or switches into new energy, This is a profound scientific experiment on our cellular bodies. So Uranus is it's like thunder and lightning in the sky, and it's as if our bodies were hit with thunder and lightning. And so a lot of people had all this stimulation, all this energy, and they're just exerting so much energy and like, yes, I'm going to give my gifts to the world, and yes, 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 and then poof, they just collapse because they've just generated so much energy that their body hasn't really been prepared for it. Other people, obviously, after you get shocked with thunder and lightning, you pass out, probably go into a coma for like a week, and then you wake up. And this is what the reverse Knight of Wands energy is showing, is we are burnt out. We are exhausted from all the changes. We are exhausted from disappointments of trying to figure things out with the mind. We are exhausted. And when we are exhausted, it means that we need to slow down. We need to stop doing and start being. And I know it is a difficult time, especially when you got deadlines, you got, family, you got friends, you got all these things. There is going to be a need for you to have more moments of pause, of stillness, and of restoration. And just honor this in you. Don't think that after this transit that you're just going to go back to all your old habits and your old ways. Just keep believing. Even though you're in this still mode and you have all this inspiration, just trust that, hey, all is in divine timing. Now, the conflict is reverse Three of Wands. So a lot of Wands energy, and this really means our energy body, our fire that gets us going. And Three of Swords is really the battle with the self. And this comes from when we project out onto others with our relationships. So like I said, this week we'll have some Libra moon energy, and often when we are in relationship, we do our most powerful healing because, well, relationships are mirrors. And definitely last week, even I was projecting all of these things on my partner, and when I'm in the trigger, I'm in it, right? But when you are able to step away and be like, oh wow, that was me being triggered by my own, but to be able to have that dialogue with your partner, to be able to be like, hey, listen, this is what triggered me. Obviously this is what happened. Let's keep learning how to grow and evolve from those triggers. And hey, triggers need to happen. They need to show us, and they need to wake us up to see what's not working, what's not functioning. And that's also a tool that I want to recommend of, instead of, a lot of spiritual practices about just transcending from the pain, moving away. We don't have pain. It doesn't exist. We're human bodies and our world is in pain. And if we don't honor that pain and address it and move with it and get angry about it and do something with it, then it's just stagnant. It's just laying in the body, and that's when illnesses and all these things arise. So you may have feelings of jealousy, you may have feelings of, unworthiness, or whatever those things are that's still, laying inside of those cellular memories. Just say, hey, cool, thanks for showing up. I'm going to choose different now. I'm going to find another tool to move through the pain and to accept whatever I am being shown. A lot of times there is a karmic balancing that happens. Uranus is, not also thunder and lightning, but it reawakens the long-term trauma of our soul. Okay, so past life regression therapy, I've been getting a lot of requests for those, and it's potent time right now because we are removing those old stories, the old stories of our soul. what we're doing is doing a bit of a soul retrieval for ourselves in order for the earth to grow. And so what this means is that when we identify the stories, the trauma that's still there, we're able to bring it to its final death, to its transformation, and to restore our entire divination within us. So the outcome to the week, which I feel is very appropriate with the fact that we have Scorpio moon at the end of the week, is the Devil card. And it's exactly turned to the right. So it's like we're almost forcing our shadow upon us. Now the Devil card really represents, to me, our shadow side. And what our shadow side is the things that we have not loved or accepted within ourselves. It really struck me when I was listening to the story of Jesus and the devil from the perspective of Joseph Campbell, The Power of Myth, and how the devil was actually a worshiper of Jesus. And it was Jesus that turned the devil away and said, "No, I will not love thee." And it struck me, I was like, oh wow, so the devil is really an aspect of ourselves, of the human consciousness, that we don't find lovable. It's like telling a child you don't love them. What is it going to turn into? A unlovable child that does awful and terrible things because it doesn't feel loved. What do you do when you do not feel loved? You live out of fear, you live out of rejection, abandonment, and all these issues that arise because you are not loving those parts of yourself. So this is a really important thing to look at during this weekend, lunar energy in Scorpio, is what is it, the things that we do not love about ourselves? And often we can find that in what we don't love about others. Again, like I said, relationships are mirrors of our consciousness, of our soul, how we need to evolve. So lots of transformation going on next week, and really transformation is about letting go of the things that don't serve you, the beliefs, the habits, the relationships, and turning them into magic and an empowerment, and moving forward with grace. It takes time to transform, dear humans. I think we're used to being these cosmic beings with, a second of inspiration and it comes to life. But hey, we're here to learn it in a different way. So, a message from Gaia for the week is be patient. Oh, don't we love that one? Now is not the time to act. Now is a time to show self-restraint, to be patient and wait. Do not let your desire for an outcome or resolution result in one that is not to your liking because you forced it to manifest before it was time. Trust that all will be as it is meant to be, and when it is meant to be still. Let go of all frustration and impatience, and remember that all good things come to those who wait. So, my dear cosmic beings, this is a week of transformation. This is a week of letting go, being still, and being content with just being. Now, I'd just like to emphasize that working with these tools of astrology, tarot, sound healing, and ritual connects you back to your magic. And something that I like, I do these general forecasts to empower the collective consciousness. But what I really, really want to do is to empower you. And what this means is that I want to give you personal readings. I want to get personal. I want to get you connected to that cosmic energy, for you to just completely be in your truth, and for you always to be guided down the right journey of your soul. So please contact me for your own personal one-on-one reading. You can email me at innerdoorways@gmail.com or check out my website at www.inner-doorways.com. And until then, blessed, blessed, blessed be.